Here I have 4 large 56-ounce jars of city water. I've filtered it and it's been sitting on my counter for over 24 hours, and I'm going to use this with the kombucha. I'm making kombucha here, so because I'm using a 2-gallon vessel, I have 8 black tea bags and 8 green tea bags. I'm going to let that come to a boil, steep while it's simmering, and then I'll turn it off and I'll add 2 cups of sugar. So my tea is beginning to brew. I'm just going to take a wooden spoon and swish it around a bit. I'm going to let this come to a boil, and then I'm going to simmer it while it steeps. And at that point, I'm going to add the sugar, 2 cups. I just added 2 cups of sugar to the tea that's finished brewing. I'm just going to stir it till it dissolves, and then I'm going to begin the process of mixing it with the cold water so that the heat doesn't kill all the good bacteria and yeasts in the starter, which we're also going to add to it. But this is how I do it. I mean, I could let this cool, but this is a quick way. As I said, the water has been waiting on the counter, and I'm just going to dilute this hot tea. I'm adding the starter tea that I separated from my original brew. That's 4 cups. Now I'm adding the final portion of water. Perfect. I'm going to now add my Scoby to the top. Sometimes it sinks, but that's okay. It usually goes back up halfway, or sometimes it goes all the way to the top. It doesn't sink, but a new Scoby will form on top of it. I always use these wooden tongs. I mean, I guess you could use metal briefly. I'm sure it would be okay. I'm just going to gently place the Scoby on. Oh yeah, it's going to sink. Oh well. Oh no, it's coming back up. Cool. Alrighty, so I'm going to cover it. Perfect. Now, there is a tiny bit of starter that came off the Scoby. Let's just pour that back on. Put that in there. There we go. And now I'm going to cover it. I'm going to let it ferment probably for about 21 days or so. You know, for me, there isn't an exact science. However, you do have to follow, you know, portions of sugar, certain amount of tea, a certain amount of water. But as for how long you ferment it, you know, you do it to your taste. Approximately 21 days, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, works for me fine. So there's the kombucha. It's going to ferment now. I'm just going to leave it alone.